Welcome to day 3. Let me mute this here. Okay, hopefully we won't get this echo. Okay, awesome. Welcome to day 3. I'm so excited to have you all here in hitting your first 100K in business. Super excited to have you guys. If you want to hop onto my Zoom, go ahead and feel free to hop on at meetwithstar.com. So that's meetwithstar.com. And I'll go ahead and let you right on into my Zoom room. And you guys can ask questions here on Zoom or inside of the Facebook community. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm in California, Pacific Standard Time Zone. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Whereabouts are you from? And for those of us just catching us live today, go ahead and let me know what type of business you have or what type of business you're looking to start. I'd like to get to know more about you guys who are here with me today. And we're going to get started with today's training. So I'll share my screen. And again, as we're going through the training, feel free to ask questions. I will come back to answer those questions off and on. So if you hear me say something that, resonates with you, comment on it. If you have a question about something that I said, go ahead and drop the comment and I'll come back to review those. So today we're going to be talking about content creation. This is a really good training because so many people don't know, what type of content to create so that they can actually get leads in their business and ultimately get sales in their business. So go ahead and come on. I've got somebody coming in the room. Welcome, Fernanda. Brittany, great to have you on. Tina and Sharon, good to have you guys here on Zoom today. Anybody else want to hop on Zoom? It's at meetwithstar.com.
And can I see what that is? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so what you're going to learn today, what we're covering in this 3-day workshop, if you didn't catch session 1 and 2, go ahead and catch the replay in the community. We talked about your ideal client and your offer, to how you can map things out to ensure that you're actually getting paid. You're choosing a niche that's actually profitable, that's going to get you making money. We also focused on audience building yesterday. So we talked about the best way for you to generate leads in your business and how you can actually build a community and an audience of people who are excited to work with you and actually want to pay you. Today, we're going to be talking about content creation, and then we're going to take a little break for the weekend, have a 3-day weekend. We'll return next week on Tuesday for day 4 of hitting the 10K mark, and I'm going to outline this sales process for you. So I'd love to see you guys live with me next week on Tuesday at the same time as well. So again, just take out your notebook, take notes. You're going to catch some valuable information in today's training because I'm going to share with you guys a lot around content creation, the type of content that I create in ways that I'm able to generate income into my coaching business, which has allowed me to actually hit $100,000 in the first 7 months of being a brand new coach in the coaching space. Okay. So remember, we are giving away some prizes. We'll give those out next week. We're giving away some gift cards. We're also giving away a spot inside of 6-figure Facebook groups for CEOs, valued at $497, which is a program to help you grow a Facebook community, and as well as monetizing that. And we're also going to be giving away a scholarship inside of the Academy as well. So make sure that you're actively participating here. We do have a private pop-up group. If you need an invitation for that, let me know. And so, yeah, we'll go ahead and get in. So we're going to give those prizes to the most engaged person. And so be commenting and engaging and asking questions. So I'm excited for today's training, content that converts to cash. For some of you guys, you may be already writing content, or you may feel, I know a lot of people don't consistently show up with content because they feel like they don't know what they should comment about, what they should post about, what type of content they should be creating. So I want you to take notes, because when you're with me here today, you're going to find out. So Fernanda says she doesn't. Exactly. And so what happens is you show up sporadically, or you're creating content that people don't really care about. It's not going to help your business. So definitely stick with me through this training so that you understand exactly the type of content that you need to be creating for your business, and you'll have a roadmap for yourself as well. So let me just mute here. Okay, welcome Bernadette to the call. Good to have you on. So again, if you follow the 4-step process that we're going to learn during this 4-day workshop, you can actually get results like these. I have a client who, again, she gets 100 requests to join our group every day, just like I do. We have a client who got her first high ticket client, and guess what? The client paid her 50% deposit up front. That's amazing. We have another client who had a 19K month. We have a client who enrolled 6 people through the DMs, right? That goes back to that content strategy that we talked about. And we have a lot of results here where our clients are making money in their business. So just to kind of recap what we've already talked about yesterday, we talked about leveraging Facebook to build a community, build an audience. We talked about ways that you can keep your group engaged. If you have a group that's not engaged, I want you to be able to get that group going and engaged. And we also talked a little bit about leveraging your audience for people to actually buy from you. I was talking to a couple yesterday, and I think I touched on this, where they started a Facebook group, but they said, well, you know, Star, we're here to help people, we're here to serve, but we're not necessarily trying to get sales from our group. And I said, okay, you're entrepreneurs, you're in business, right? You're actually looking for a coach to help you make money, but you're not wanting to sell to your community. So selling is serving. And I want to really drill that in, because oftentimes we feel like, I don't want to be salesy, I don't want to sell to my community, I just want to educate them. Well, you're educating them, but when you sell to them, if you have a service and you're able to provide a solution to a problem that someone has, and you're not actually helping them solve that problem because you're afraid to sell, you're actually doing a disservice to them. You're doing a disservice because you actually have a solution for them. So definitely. So Fernanda, you say that your group is not your ideal audience for your new offer. Definitely check my live out from yesterday, and that's fine. You guys can actually rename your group and start bringing in the correct people to that community, Fernanda. I don't recommend that you have to shut down that group. And for those people who are not interested in your new services or offers, you know, they will leave with time, and over time you'll get to get a feel for them, and you can also remove them from your community. So don't let that stop you either. So I do want you to focus on that, Fernanda. So definitely watch day 2 yesterday if you did not. So again, today is really about attraction marketing and content creation. So do know that you always need content. You do need content. The format doesn't always necessarily matter as long as your audience is able to hear your message, okay? And you want to make sure that you prioritize your content creation so that you actually get ahead of your schedule. So when we create content, I say we in my business because I do have a team that can help me post, and I want you guys to work to that level as well, right? I have a team where maybe I'll write the content and they'll schedule it for me. In your case, maybe you're scheduling it for yourself. But one thing you know is if you're ahead of schedule, your content is ready for your people every single week. So oftentimes people will say, well, I want to be creative and I want to create something daily for my audience, which is fine, but are you actually creating content for them? Are you actually showing up? The likelihood is that you're probably not. So this is why we want you to get ahead of the schedule. And we're going to get into more detail about that as well. So I want to ask you guys, you know, what's actually holding you back? What's holding you back right now when it comes to your content creation? Go ahead and drop that in the chat and let me know. You know, is it not knowing what to actually create? Is it not knowing where to put your content on social media? Like, should you be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or maybe you're all over these platforms doing all the things? Or maybe you just don't know when you should post content. Okay, so what's holding you back? Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get clear. We want to get clear on who is your market. So who's your actual market? Who needs to hear your messaging? Let me know who your target audience is in the actual chat. And again, I do bring this up because oftentimes I will see people trying to sell multiple things. Like, you might be focused on health, you might be focused on relationships, you might be focusing on business. Well, you know, that's just too much. You're trying to serve 3 different audiences, right? So I want you to get crystal clear on who needs to hear your messaging and who it is that you're going to be marketing to. Now, the other thing that I want you to kind of think about right now is what type of content is easy for you to create. Because as much as I can come on here and tell you, I want you to go live, I want you to show up and do all the things, I want you to look at what's easy for you. It could be that you're an amazing writer. Maybe you're a copywriter. Maybe you excel at writing and telling your story. Maybe you actually like video content. You like going live. You like to just pop on real quick and talk to your audience. So what would be the easiest for you to do? So if going live requires you to take an hour to do your makeup, get dressed, then maybe that's not something that you're going to be focusing on all the time. If you're like me and you hate to write, maybe you're not going to want to write 5 days worth of content and sit there trying to figure out what you want to write. Now, a workaround for me has been audio. Like I literally open my phone, I have an iPhone, and I use my notes app and I talk. I talk and I record. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't record. I talk to text and it types out, what I'm saying. And there's been several posts that I've done that technique with, and people are like, oh my God, Star, that post really resonated with me. I really loved your content today. And I'm thinking to myself, I actually talked, I told my story to myself on my phone, and that's how I came up with it. And then from there, of course, there's grammatical errors because I'm not typing, and then I just fix it. So that's a quick way for you to create content as well. So think about what is easiest for you. Now, the other thing we want to look at is, where does your market hang out online? Does your market hang out on Facebook? Do they hang out on TikTok? Are they on LinkedIn? Where's your actual target audience hanging out? Now, I will say Facebook is a really great place for most niches because you can create a community of your own and bring them to that Facebook group. But I know there are some niches who, they say that, my ideal avatar really is on LinkedIn. So really think about where they're at so that you know what type of content is going to resonate with that type of audience, as well as that specific type of platform. Just like we have TikTok, that's more of a video platform. So then in that case, yes, you are going to be on camera. So how can you create your content? So I know I created like 10 pieces of TikTok videos a couple weeks ago. I literally have 10 pieces of content that I created in less than an hour, literally less than an hour, because there's 60-second clips. I post them on TikTok, the one for the day, one per day, but I recorded them in less than an hour. TikTok, I put it on Instagram Reels. I put it on Facebook Reels. I put it in my stories on Instagram that automatically pushes to my Facebook. So I spend 5 minutes just uploading that to all these platforms really quickly, and I'm done for the day. And I literally have 1, 2, and also my Facebook group Reels, so you can post Reels in your group. So Facebook group Reels, Facebook, Instagram Reels, stories on IG, and stories on Facebook and TikTok. Now I put my 1 little minute video in 6 places, right? So also, when I say easy to create, how can you make this easy on yourself? That was so simple for me to do that, right? So you guys will see some of that content that I put out last week and this week coming through as well. So we also want to look at when your audience is online. So let's say that you help not someone who works a 9 to 5 leave their business. Not leave their business. They want to start a business so that they can leave their job, right? Most likely these individuals are not going to be online at 12 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning, right? So I might want to create content and be going live at 6 p.m. in the evening, because that's when my people come online. So a lot of people also don't take that into consideration too, as far as like when they're actually publishing their content. And I did talk about this yesterday, this win factor when you're posting. The other thing too, and I'm just saying this for those who weren't with us yesterday, is, in your Facebook group, you have analytics, and it's going to tell you like the most popular time that people are most active in your community. So if you yourself are at work and you can't produce content at that time, maybe you can schedule the content, right? So be looking at the analytics to see when they're online and schedule your content to go at that time as well. So now you should kind of be a little bit more clear. And if you need to replay this, there will be a replay. But I want you to get clear on the who, what, where, and when for your content, okay? Because once you have that, that's going to help you so much. So Sharon says that she's an excellent writer once she gets rolling. So Sharon, it may be that you do a lot of written content in your business, but again, I still encourage you to go live once a week, okay? And Sharon, you can take that written piece of content and you can write a blog. You can then do a live video with following the same structure of what you wrote, but just talking about it, right? And just have your bullet points. So now you created that one piece of content, you put it as a blog, You put it on your website as a blog, you put it in your Facebook group as a post, you put it on your personal profile as a post, maybe on a different day. And now I'm just gonna go live and just talk about what I wrote because I'm an amazing writer, but for me to brainstorm on video content, that might be a little more difficult. But now you have everything there. Okay, so that's awesome. So Tina says, I'm moving to digital, taking on e-commerce. Okay, so you're gonna be working on e-commerce, Tina, is that what you're saying? So you still need to create content for your business, definitely. Okay, so Jaquisha says that she is an aspiring real estate agent who has taken the exam multiple times and failed the math. Yeah, so that really doesn't relate to content creation, I would say. There are courses, I mean, this is a side topic, but I will address it because I also am a real estate agent. You can actually take a course to help you specifically with the math component of that. They have crash courses to help you with that. So I would recommend that you do that. I'm in California, so I don't really remember math on there so much, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, just work on that so you can get it going if that's what you desire to do. But in the meantime, what are you going to be selling, Jaquisha, until you become a real estate agent, right? Is there anything else that you're passionate about? Could you start a coaching business, helping people with something that you excel at? Maybe that'll be the business that's for you at this time. Okay, so now we are going to talk about facing your fears, and this is a big one. This is a big one. And for me, I mean, I saw people saying, because I told you guys, like, I have this business offline. I wanted to get into the online space and I tried affiliate marketing and I started seeing coaches and they were like, I'm having 10K months, 20K months, 80K months. And I'm just like, what are they doing, right? And I'm like, I cannot create a piece of content like that. I was like, how am I going to write? What am I going to say? And I literally let that stop me in my tracks from becoming a coach for a while. I did, because I felt like I didn't know enough, right? But I did, I had enough knowledge. So what are some of the things that you can do to overcome what's stopping you right now? And really, that's getting help. And that's exactly what I had to do. So you can get help by hiring a coach, working with a coach. You can practice. Just practice writing. Who cares if you think your writing is not perfect? Who cares if you think your live is not perfect? You should practice, because practice, we all know practice makes perfect. And I know that's like a simple, basic, like, statement that you learn in elementary, but it's so true. The other thing is getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Going live is not comfortable for many people. Writing content is not comfortable for many people. So they just choose not to do it. But if you're here and you're telling me, Star, I want to make $100,000, but you're not willing to get uncomfortable and write, and you're not willing to get uncomfortable and go live, then what do you really want to do with your business, right? And do note that anytime you are about to move to another level in life or business, you're going to feel very uncomfortable. And that's part of the process. And that's because you're moving upward in life and business. It's natural to go through that process. So Sharon says that she thinks seeing other content stops her and she gets intimidated. Exactly. And that's what I was saying, Sharon. That's why I shared my story with you guys, so that you know that you're not alone in feeling that way. It's normal to be intimidated by other people's content. But be you, talk about your story. That's the easiest thing you can do. And for those of you who have the money to invest, hire a copywriter. I'm the queen of outsourcing. You guys know this about me right now. I would not have the businesses that I have without a team. I can't be in 2 locations at once and run 2 brick and mortar locations that are 2 hours apart, right? I have to have a team to be able to do that. So in order for you to scale your business, start thinking about the future of your business. You're not ready for it now, but be open to that expansion. Maybe you hire yourself a copywriter. So Sharon says, I used to think that, but your approach may reach people they can't. I'm part of an MLM, and those are the most hard to build. Tina, I beg to differ that those are the most hard to build. I think that every entrepreneur feels that their business is hard to build. So I want you to overcome the feelings that you have around that and say, you know, this is going to be a project, right? This is going to require work. Because again, I'm not the coach that's going to sit here and tell you guys, oh, you're going to make all this money tomorrow. Oh, you can make all this money, but you're going to put in the work to get it done. So what can I do to make sure that I'm building my downline and I am a successful network marketer? Am I creating content about, you know, what my products do for people and how their life can change if they join my downline? Am I connecting and having conversations with people after pushing out my content? So I would love for you to rephrase that and really start coming strong with positive affirmations, Tina, about your life and your business and your ability to succeed. Positive affirmations are also something you guys can work on. So Bernadette says, I just started using artificial intelligence, which is also known as AI, you guys, a year ago, and it helped me so much with copywriting. Yes, I love that, Bernadette. So if you can't hire a copywriter, you can hire an artificial intelligence software by literally paying for software that will write the copywriting for you. So Jasper, yep, Jasper is one of them, and there's a couple others out there. And Jasper allows you to, and similar AI software, to type in certain prompts of what you want to talk about, and it'll start writing content for you. And sometimes I find that that content is kind of, but it gives you a good starting point and you can edit it and go in. So Bernadette says, yep, that's the one I love. So really, like, we're in 2022. You have artificial intelligence writing for you. You have copywriters who can write for you. You have coaches who can help you structure the content that you're going to be working on. There's no excuse not to face your fears and show up. So really, the goal here is for you to move forward. And even for me, I told you guys yesterday that I hired a video coach because I had fear about being on camera. And a lot of people like, Star, you do really well on camera. Well, I had a lot of fears about it. So I hired a video coach. And so, yeah, we have a video coach who will provide support inside of our 10K Academy as well for those who are interested. So now what we need to do is we need to perform an audit and track. So we talked about this a little bit yesterday with your Facebook group, like what's happening in your community. And this needs to be happening with every aspect of your business, to be honest with you, right? So when you're writing your content, I want you to think about what topics get the most engagement. So let's say that you are a weight loss coach and you're writing content about your clients' results and you're showing pictures of before and after pictures, and those posts just go viral. Like, people love them. You get 50 comments, 100 comments, or hearts or whatever. And let's say that you post a recipe and it gets nothing. And then you post, I don't know, an educational piece of content on how to lose weight, a written format, or a live, and those go viral. So now we're looking at, like, okay, what's getting engagement? So you know, like, what your priority will be when you focus on creating these pieces of content. Now, I do believe that you should mix it up. So sometimes that piece of content that you think is not going viral, I have had posts or content that didn't get a lot of love, but people bought from me. So still mix it in, but I want you focusing on the engagement. So you're needing to track and audit that. Okay, and another thing is, go sneak and look at your competition. It's out there. It's public information. What are they doing? What are they talking about on their lives? What type of content are they creating? Are they focused on Instagram? Are they focused on Facebook? Are they doing lives, storytelling, pictures? What are they doing that's working? And model. Don't copy, but you can say, oh, you know, I see that she does really well with lives and people enjoy that. I'm going to start doing lives about these topics as well. Okay, so there's a way that you guys can actually be focusing on this. Yes, Fernanda says reverse engineer. I love that. So let me check the Facebook comments as well. So Jaquisha, you're focused on aspiring real estate agents who've taken the exam multiple times and failed the math. That's your target audience. I'm already helping people pass the math portion of the real estate exam. Okay, so we need to make sure that you have also passed it, because that's one thing, like, I want my clients to I want you to be able to create content about your own results. So if you haven't succeeded with that, you shouldn't be talking about that, right? So for me, I'll use myself as an example. When I first started coaching, I couldn't come here and tell you guys like, oh my God, I'm this coach making all this money. I'm doing all these things. Like I was literally a brand new coach. So I leveraged my other experience and expertise to prove that I can help them. Okay, I have a successful business. I have my degrees in business. Like whatever you can hold a ground, whatever you can actually know that you've done that's true, that you've accomplished, that you can help them achieve results with, that's what I want you talking about. And that's what I'm going to want you to sell. And oftentimes that is from whatever our challenges were that we overcame is what we sell oftentimes. But I just want to make sure that you actually have succeeded with that, not in the process of trying to figure it out, because it's not going to sell really well unless you've actually gotten yourself and others the results. So I love that you're focused on that. So let's definitely, oh, this is who you help. I'm sorry, I misread your first comment. My apologies. Okay, so you actually help them to overcome that. And I believe that you have also overcame that. Perfect. That's awesome. So get your Facebook group for real estate agents or struggling people who have struggled to actually pass those exams and get them in front of you. Okay, so talk about that story, like your struggles around that and how you were able to overcome it. Now, I want you to also be true to your brand and yourself. And that's kind of like a little bit of what I was just talking about to some extent, right? Like what is your success? What have you done? What have you helped people do? But also be you. I want you to be authentic. Don't come online dressing like someone, talking like someone, trying to be like your competition because you feel like they're doing well. People that are going to buy from you are going to be the people who resonate with you. So even though, you know, there's a coach over here who's selling what you sell, sure, she's making money. Her people may buy from her, they may not buy from you, but there's also a segment of the population who's going to buy from you because they resonate with you and not with her, right? So, you know, how you dress, your style, your tone, the way you speak. A lot of people cuss a lot on social media, and then there's people who don't resonate with that and they don't want to buy their offers, right? But then they have a following who don't care. They love that the person is bold and all of that, and they will buy from them. But they are capturing their people. So, and I'm not saying to cuss or anything like that. I'm just using this as an example, okay? So just be who you are, be yourself. For example, I love pink. My audience knows I usually have my pink chair here. I've got my pink in the background, you know, it's just who I am. I'm showing who I am and what I like. I'm a feminine person. And so people will resonate with me based on certain factors about my personality, and some people won't. So I want you to do the same. Some people are very bold and they come out. Some people, you know, just be yourself. But I do want to say this. There are some coaches who will tell you, oh, you know, if you want to be in your pajamas all day and go live in your pajamas and just be you. I personally, I still feel that we need to have some level of professionalism, and that's just me. And I may not be the coach for you if you don't agree with that, and that's fine, right? But I do feel that we are professionals and we are here to serve and create impact. So I do feel like we do need to have a level of professionalism amongst all of this while showing the real you. Okay. So the other thing is consistency, right? So we want to make sure that you are consistent with showing up and creating the content. So So how can you create this consistency? Consistency can come through your branding. And I know sometimes branding takes a while to develop. Like you might have an idea of what you want your branding to be. So I don't want you to leave my life today and say, Star said I have to have my branding, and so you don't sell because you don't have it. I don't want to miscommunicate that, but I do want you to be working on that over time. And eventually when people see your content, your photos, your images, your offers, they're going to know that that's you. That's the goal that we're trying to achieve here. And we also want to be professional, which is what I just talked about. I am a firm believer in that. And I want you to carry your branding throughout your messaging, your content, your sales pages, your personality, your lives. I want to see that woven throughout. And like I said, if you need to hire support, hire a VA. There are people, you can go on Fiverr.com and hire someone to write something for $5 an hour, and they will write it. You can hire a content writer, or like we talked about, the artificial intelligence, pay for the app and, write your own content. The other thing is, I'm really big on having a routine, and most people, it's a morning routine. Maybe you'll have an evening routine, that's up to you, but I want you to have some time where you are focused on personal development, and maybe it's creating content or whatever you're going to be doing for your business. But you do want to have some consistency and a routine as well. So why is consistency important? It's important for you to stay top of mind with your audience. If you disappear, so will your audience. And that's why I told you guys, like, you do have to show up and write content, do lives, and things of that nature. Not everybody's going to see your content, because we know the Facebook algorithm. Sometimes you'll post something and 3 people will interact, but it wasn't really shown to enough people because Facebook felt like, well, she didn't get enough interactions, I'm not going to show it to them. Create more content so that more people can see who you are and what you're about. And I don't want you to sacrifice quantity over quality. So although I do say that, I do want you to be cautious that you are creating, content that people really can benefit from. Because sometimes some of you guys are just kind of putting anything out there just to say you put content out there, and it's not good, right? It's just posting. We don't want to do that. Okay, so stop focusing on what's not working, because I think we kind of got into that a little bit earlier with someone on the over here in the text was saying, in the chat was saying something that they were looking at other coaches and things like that. I want you to focus on tracking what is working in your business so that you can measure things and you can start improving on it. So just because you're feeling like, well, my content's not converting, okay, let's take a look at this content. Let's take a look at those competitors, as I suggested. What shifts can you make? Can you have conversations with your ideal avatar to find out, what maybe you're assuming their struggles and where they want to be. Maybe talking to them will help you. Having that group is going to help you. Also, I would definitely pick one platform to focus on, and my recommendation would be Facebook for right now. Now, I do believe that you guys should branch off into other platforms. I do believe that, but I want you to kind of master one first, then you can start, working on the other platforms slowly. So we want you to be strategic about your content creation. Be very strategic about it. The other thing that you want to do with your audience is you want to build a connection. So sometimes I'll just post a statement and people will interact with that, like a bold statement, or you can ask a thought-provoking question. People will start commenting. I want you to reply to their comments. Don't just let people post, because I see a lot of people have people commenting and they don't reply to them. Interact with these people because they are your leads, and you also want to be known as the leader. So how can you mix it up? Let's mix it up a little bit. Do some live videos, create infographics. You can do inspirational quotes. You can do polls and resources. But again, I don't want you just focusing on one thing. Now, if one thing is performing better than the other, yeah, definitely, I want you to do more of it. But do mix it up to keep things engaged with your audience. The other thing is become polarizing. So what does that mean? Some of you guys may not know. But when you actually take a stand for or against something, guess what you do? You pull in more of an audience. You pull in people who are going to become more raving fans for you. Now, some people will sit here and stir up controversy on social media and start arguments. I'm not asking you to do that, but I am asking you to take a stand for what you believe in when it comes to your niche, okay? So it's not necessarily your time to vent. It's your time to attract. It's your time to attract your ideal person when you become polarizing. You're going to repel the people who don't want you. But remember, you're not here for everyone. Your content is here for you to actually get sales in your business. So you also want to have that social proof, right? Create engagement. The raving fans are going to cheer you on. Like I said, you have that Facebook group. They're going to be like, hey, we love your content. We love what Sharon's talking about. They're going to be watching you interview people, Fernanda, and they're going to feel like you're the expert because you're here interviewing other professionals, right? Call them out by name. Share your client wins. If you've had your own success and haven't got success for others, share your own wins. Start celebrating them. I enrolled a client today. My client lost 20 pounds in the past 90 days. My client now has a better relationship with her husband. My client is no longer getting a divorce. Whatever these wins are, I don't care how big or small they are, because oftentimes, and this goes back to the conversation we were having, you see these coaches with these big results on social media, and so you hold yourself back from posting. Post those wins no matter how small you think they are. People need to know that you can help them, and you can share your results in these posts. I am a firm believer, as you guys know, in email written content. You can share these wins through your emails as well. So let's talk a little bit about going live. The best way for you to go live is if you were to schedule them regularly. So I know when I first started, I'm not as consistent with this as I was before, but when I first started coaching, like I did try to go live every single week, usually like on the same day and time. That works best. So if you can commit to a day and time, that would be awesome. Because what's going to happen is at first you're going to start to feel like, okay, are people watching me? But they're going to start to look for you on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. or Wednesdays at 5 p.m. or whatever, Saturdays at 8 a.m., whatever time you choose, right? They're going to start to look forward to your live sessions, and then you're going to start to get a following with that. So make sure that there's something in it for them. So I will give away lead magnets. I'll offer a free call. Think about what's in it for them for this training, or maybe it's just the education that you're giving them that they're going to be able to walk away and accomplish something with. And also I want you to prepare and practice. So for me, one of the ways that I did this was I actually created like I don't want to call it a fake Facebook group, but a Facebook group that only I was in. And I would go in there and I would actually go live before my actual live, because I had a lot of nerves and I would feel nervous and uncomfortable. And it would help me understand my content better and be able to go ahead and say what I needed to say and perform better on camera. So you can do the same. You can practice in the mirror. The reason I like to do a Facebook group where there's nobody in there is because that's the most closest to what I'm going to be doing. I'm simulating what I'm doing, right, in live time. So that's what I would do. So I recommend that you give that a shot as well. Practice. And also check on your technology. Make sure your video and audio is working. I can't tell you how many people have gone live and people cannot hear them and they're like scrambling to figure it out. And I like to use a lot of tools and software. You guys know that, like Ecamm Live. So sometimes I'm like tinkering around, guys, give me a second, but that's because I like to play with a lot of technology. But keep it simple for yourself, whatever's the easiest for you. And do have, a goal in mind. What's your goal for this live? Your goal should be to educate, but to get sales. So how can you spark up conversation with the people that you're teaching on these lives? Create engagement, promote. And lastly, have a call to action. Drop your calendar link below. Offer for them to book a call with you. You can have a call to action if you're interested. I have a free, whatever your lead magnet is. It could be a free planner, a free guide, a free ebook. And then you don't have to have them opt in. Just give it to them in the DMs, because guess what? Now you're able to have this full-on blown conversation with this person, because you literally just gave them something valuable, a download item that you just delivered to their inbox on Messenger, right? So whatever that call to action is, maybe it's to join your program. Maybe it's for them to enroll in your low ticket program. So there could be different call to actions that you have on your live, and I think you should be mixing it up. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you guys like the types of posts that you should be creating, because a lot of you guys, again, are like, well, Star, you're telling me to do this content, but what am I putting out there? So the first one is a storytelling post, and it's an authority post, right? The storytelling post sets you up as an authority. And that goes back to Jaquisha, what I was telling you is like, you were able to successfully pass your real estate math exam, and that's what you help people do. So your story needs to be about whatever struggles you had doing that and how you were able to overcome it and where you're at now, which is their dream state. How are you going to paint that? So this is an example that I used here, where I said, I'm a new coach. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've been coaching since 2017 or longer because it looks good. I'm not the typical coach who took 1 to 2 years of failure before succeeding. I don't have a sob story for you to relate to. I just don't. I'm sorry. That post was so impactful because and I'm not saying like this to brag or anything like that, but my point in this is that I didn't take 2 years to come online and succeed when the pandemic hit. I came online when the pandemic hit and I had success. So whatever your success looks like, You need to paint that for them. So I went on to tell my story about how I started my coaching business after the pandemic hit. And I actually got into the story of that. I got 2 high ticket clients from this post. I did not even have to get on sales calls with them. They literally bought from this post. They sent me a DM and enrolled into my high ticket one-on-one. Okay, this is the power of storytelling. So I'm going to check the chat. Okay, so Fernanda says 2 things in mind. 1, I've seen people that use the same content calendar and the content looks the same. That's why I was saying to mix it up, Fernanda. I mean, you can repurpose. We do repurpose in my business. I'll be completely honest with you. But once you have like even 200 pieces of content and you're posting that, or 300 pieces, next year you're going to repurpose that. If it's relatable still, they're not going to remember that. Where would you put this? On my personal page as well. So this particular post, Sharon, was on my personal profile, this particular one. But basically the content that I create, I like for you guys to post it in your group and on your profile. It's better to kind of mix it up. So I could put this post in my group today, and then maybe in 3 days, put it on my profile. It's better to mix it up if you can. If you just don't have time, I'd rather you just post it and be done with it. But it is better to space it out if you're going to be copying, and then change a couple words in there too, ladies. Like if you are copying your content in more than one place, change a couple of words. Okay. So you do have to have a purpose, right? You can't just be posting just to post. You need to know what you're selling and when you're selling. Okay, so like if I'm going to tell my story up here, why am I telling this story? Just to tell them? No, I'm saying this because I'm actually selling people into my this particular one at the time. I was selling people into my one-on-one offer. You also need to understand the difference between value and sales and what the purpose of each content is for. And again, this goes back to the question that I think it was Fernanda just asked, is that balance, right? You want to create balance. You don't just want to just always just provide education, because that gets boring sometimes, right? We want to do education value. We want to do inspirational stuff, like sometimes quotes. Don't overkill the quotes though, please. And then we want to have lifestyle posts where people can see your lifestyle. So some people will be like, I'm posting my house and my Ferrari, and that's a turnoff for some. That's fine. But some people's lifestyle is just spending time with their family, their children, their loved ones, or going to the beach or taking a walk. Whatever your lifestyle is that makes you happy, that's what I want you to share photos of, because your ideal avatar, your dream soul aligned client, not just anyone who's willing to pay you, but your soul aligned client is going to resonate with you based on your actual lifestyle. And then we want to do sales posts where you're actually directly asking for the sale, right? I do that. You guys see me do that all the time. This is my offer. If you want it, here's the link, or DM me or whatever. And then also we want to do those authority posts. So again, like what makes you stand out? Why should I listen to you? Why should I read your post? And why is it that you have something that I need that I'm going to pay you for? It's because you're the authority. And then I want you to rotate them. Okay, so educational and value, inspirational, lifestyle, sales, and authority. Those are the posts. So I want you to be prepared, okay? So how can you prepare yourself? Keep it simple. Again, what works for you? Some people like a paper calendar. Buy a calendar at Target if that's what you want. I'm going to do a value post on Monday. I'm going to do a lifestyle post on Tuesday, or I'm going to do my lifestyle post on Monday because I went to the beach on Saturday. You know, whatever that is for you, write that in. If you like whiteboards, you're going to put it on your whiteboard. What type of content are you going to post and when? Put it on a whiteboard if that's going to help you commit to the process. I like digital platforms. So if you like digital platforms, you can even plan on Google Calendar. On Mondays, I do this recurring topic, right? Educational, or I go live on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. You can use a Trello board, Asana, and you can use a content scheduler. And then I want you to plan out, you know, how frequently you plan your content. So we usually, for me and my business, we do my content usually every week or every 2 weeks in advance. Sometimes we do it for the whole month, sometimes. But what is going to work good for you to create your content? Is it going to be weekly? Is it going to be every 2 weeks, or is it going to be for the month? So maybe for you to write 30 pieces of content, that might take you 3 hours or 5 hours or whatever. But if you're doing that once a month on maybe Friday night or Sunday or whatever day that's good for you, Monday morning, whatever, right? At least you know you're done and your content is ready to go for the whole month. So you figure that out. And everybody's gonna vary in terms of what works for them. The point is that I want you to create a system for yourself that's gonna allow you to be consistent. So you're gonna plan and map it out. Always plan your content in the future. This is gonna take away any questions that you have about what you're gonna talk about, because you're already gonna know. It could be one theme for the whole week. Like, I'm gonna talk about content creation all week. All my posts are about content creation. Next week, I'm gonna talk about sales calls, how to handle sales calls, whatever it is that you do. Keep your topics, notes, and details as organized as you can. I use Asana, and I also have used Airtable. You can tag your posts by themes or by pillars, where it's like, okay, this is a story post. This is a value post. This is a post where I actually show my results or my client wins. So now I can look for, oh, I want to post a client win today. Let me go look for one. I've already posted this like 7 months ago. I'm going to use it again. Okay, so be organized. It's going to allow you to work efficiently and strategize for your launches or any type of promotions that you're doing. Okay, so I do want you to structure your content pillars. And again, I kind of gave you a brief idea. Your content pillars can be themes in your business. It can also be like yesterday when I talked about your offers and we talked about the steps that you take people through. Those steps can be pillars for your content. So you can have, 6 pillars in your business that you always talk about, right? Keep it simple. So some of the tools that you guys can use are Trello, Asana, ClickUp, or any templates. Like, I give my clients templates that they can use, like spreadsheets as well. Airtable. You use what feels good to you. Some people hate Trello, some people love Asana, some people hate ClickUp, but just get organized. Pick a tool and start using it. So I just want to talk a little bit about my systems. We map things out, we plan everything, right? It's very structured. So I know what I'm selling every month. For the most part, I know what I'm selling every month. And I know, okay, if I'm selling this, am I going to do any live content? Am I going to do some type of promo leading up to me selling that? So I know what my content needs to be about, because I know exactly what I'm going to be selling and when. So if I know that I'm selling week 3, then my content are going to be a lot more sales posts than you're going to see in the beginning of the month, right? Because it's been planned out, it's structured. We also do a variety. You'll see me talking about your first 10K Academy, which I'm inviting all of you guys to join, by the way. starcod.com. Work with me for a year, guys. You cannot get that anywhere else. But anyways, we know that we're going to be pushing more sales posts out, and I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to show some client testimonials. I'm going to show some sales posts. I'm going to be talking about my journey, so you can just kind of see the structure of what I'm doing. But all of that we have written and done in advance. So it's step by step. It's no overwhelm. So when you hear people like really overwhelmed with launches, when you first map out a launch, yes, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it is overwhelming. But once you have that content, you already know on the first of the month, I'm talking about this and I'm doing this. On the second, I'm doing that. So that's why it's so important for you guys to be organized so that you don't get overwhelmed. And yes, Fernanda, rinse and repeat. My group has 75,000 women in it. So if I sold this product 2 months ago, I also now have like 1,000 to 3,000 to 5,000 more people who can see my stuff that didn't see it then, right? Or even if you have 100 more people in your group, that's 100 more people that you can sell to. So you can rinse and repeat, absolutely. So we have a system, we use templates, and I use a calendar in my business. So again, these are the results you can have by doing these things. You get to close high ticket clients, people who are selling $3,500 packages, $3,000 packages for the first time ever in their business, making 10K months in their business. So the only program that you need to scale to 10K months is my 6-month program that gives you a step-by-step process to scale your business. And like I told you guys, this is for you if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a 9-to-5 employee that's ready to start an online business, if you just want to hit your first 10K month in business, you're struggling to get clients, and you know that you're passionate about something and you know you can make a difference, but you just don't know how, then this program is for you. Your first 10K Academy. So I'll be working with you guys exactly through the process that I went through to build my own profitable coaching business. We're going to make sure you have that proper niche identified. We're going to look at your offers. We're going to help you create an offer if you don't have one. If you have one, we're going to look at it and see how can we make this more irresistible so that people are buying. We're going to make sure that you have systems in place so you know what you need to be doing in your business, just like we talked about with the content creation. I teach you what type of content to create in detail with trackers and how you can schedule that. And so much more when it comes to systems, guys, because it's so crucial. You're going to learn how to become the authority and build your own audience so you have people coming in and you have leads coming into your business every day. And you're going to learn how to launch your offers and scale your business. So we get very detailed inside of the academy. Now, this program is $1,000 pay in full, one time only. It's a 6-month program, 3 monthly payments of $388 or 6 monthly payments of $197. And today, I'm also introducing an extra extended payment plan for $97 a month for 12 months. So you can pay $100 a month for a year to work with me. And if you still feel strained when you go to my website, I also have weekly payments of $24. That's still like $100 a month basically, but you can, pay it every week if that's easier for your pockets. Now, what are we going to be doing here inside of the academy and why is there so much value? You're going to have weekly group coaching calls where you can come and ask questions every single week. You're going to also have an onboarding call, which is going to help you just get really, really secure with, what is my niche going to be? What is my offer? What do I need to change in my business so that we can help you get set up and we can send you on a path of like, we want you working on XYZ. This is where you're at, because everybody's at a different place and we do understand it. And that's why we still offer this one-on-one onboarding session. Now, most programs out there that sell for this price point, they are not going to meet with you one-on-one. I can assure you that. You're going to get a private community where you can ask questions every day. We do have a Slack channel and we have a Facebook group, so you can come on there. We're very organized. I love my Slack channel. If you have questions about hiring a VA, if you have questions about team, if you have questions about your offer, if you have questions about building your Facebook community or the post that you wrote, we are very organized in there. There's sections that you get to post your question in, and you can easily see feedback that we've given to other clients as well. Clients are also supportive. Other clients as well. You get to be around other women who want to have success, who are working on their business as well and very serious about it. You're also going to get a bonus to my program called Cash Attracting Offers. So you'll get to go through that program and learn how to create a magnetic offer. And we also work on your cash injection strategy. So again, just go to starcod.com. You can scroll all the way down to click the link if you're just ready to check out and join the academy. If you pay in full, there are some bonuses. I'm going to get into that right now. Or if you just need a payment plan, you can pay this off in 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. We've released the extra extended 12-month payment plan. So these are the bonuses. I told you you're going to get access to cash attracting offers that's valued at $500. You're going to see how I work closely with clients on mapping out their offers. You're going to get an additional 6 months inside of the academy. So instead of just working with me and my team for 6 months, you get to work with us for a year. That's a full year. And if you decide to take advantage of the pay in full bonus and you just like, you know what, Star, I want to pay for everything up front, then I give you a bonus where you get to work one-on-one with me over Voxer or Messenger if you prefer Messenger. So you can ask me questions, voice memo style, every single day if you wanted to. And this is really just going to help you to fast track your success if you have me in your back pocket every day, right? So you're like, Star, I'm working on this. What should I do next? Or Star, this just happened. What can I say? How do I respond? I'm there for you. So that is part of the pay in full bonus. So again, these are the types of results that my clients get. That's how much I made in this launch, $10,470. We did it. She hit her 10K month. And then she talked a little bit more about what she's going to be doing. So again, just visit starcod.com. Enroll in the academy today. You're going to get a step-by-step training on videos. We have pre-recorded videos. You get access to everything right away. So you don't have to wait. You get to start working on your business. And again, you'll come to those coaching calls, and then you can also book in your one-on-one onboarding call as soon as you enroll as well. So my business is automated. I work with my clients on automating their business. So when you enroll, you're going to get an email that's going to give you an onboarding handbook with all the next steps that you need to do. And my goal is to help you create the same thing for your business as well. So let me see if we have any questions. So Tina says, those are some key awesome points because I can be a bit too much to balance. Exactly. Sharon says, if we begin on one plan, can we change it later? Yes, you can. So if I begin with the weekly plan, I can pay it at some point when I can. Yes, I get this question a lot. A lot of people are like, Star, I want to start on this plan, but then I want to change it or pay it off. And I have clients who actually just pay it off as well when they get ready to. So yeah, you would just send me a message or email my support team, and then we would take care of that. Yep, absolutely. So go on into your First 10K Academy, guys. Go to starcod.com. Join us there. We have an amazing team. I love coaching my clients. You'll have a great time working with me. And like I said, you could do the pay in full, or you could do the payment plan, 6 monthly payments of $197. And what you don't see on the screen is our 12-month extra extended payment plan for $97 a month. So I will see you guys inside of the Academy. If you have questions, feel free to comment on the live video, or you can also send me a personal DM. The other thing that you can do is we will have another session next week on Tuesday at 1 p.m. You can also come to that session for the training, and we're going to get into the sales process. But we already have people enrolling in the Academy now, so feel free to secure your spot. So I'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. But if you need to talk to me before then, DM me. If you don't need to talk to me and you've already decided to join this incredible program, which I put a lot of work into, just go to this website right now and go ahead and get checked out at starcod.com, starrcodd.com. And like I said, you'll automatically be enrolled into the program. You'll get your login information automatically emailed to you so you can start going through the Course Hub immediately. Yes, so Tina, we are going to be closing doors in a few days, definitely in a few days. So go ahead and hop in as soon as you're ready. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. Take care. Bye.